All right, so we're still kind of unpacking and stuff, and I haven't gotten all of my video equipment out, so I'm just using my cell phone, but I thought it'd be fun to try and do a quick video. Today we're going to go check out some Japanese recycle shops, which are basically thrift stores, but they tend to have nicer stuff than American thrift stores do. As, as you can hear, I have some partners with me. I got two of my kids tagging along, but first stop, we're gonna go stop at the Daiso. See if we can make some upgrades to our filming equipment a little bit. So let's start with that. Small red one. So basically, if you don't know, Daiso is like a Japanese dollar store that's actually really cool, and I found they have a selection of watches. These are all between like $1 and $5. Oh, look, a Daniel Wellington for $4.50. Let's see if we get a closer look at this one. Let's see here. Yeah, look at that. Looks just like a Daniel Wellington, made in China. $4.50. That sounds like a fair price for a Daniel Wellington, right, guys? Seems to be the popular opinion here. This kind of looks like a little Casio metal bracelet. It's kind of nice for $4.50. What's this? Sort of looks like a G-Shock or something. 300 yen, so it's like $2.70. Probably not as tough, but it's actually kind of cool. It's a pretty good selection at the dollar store here. I mean, they're obviously all made in China, but it's kind of fun. All right, let's see what we got. So exchange rate right now, 100 yen is about 89 cents. So here we go. Got us a 200 yen selfie stick, so that was what, like $1.80? See how that works? This suction cup cell phone stand, so hopefully I can stick that to the dash of my car while we're recording. And then, hey, they had NATO straps, so I got this 20mm NATO strap for 89 cents. I tried throwing it on my Timex Weekender, see how it looks. All right, and then also, oh yeah, notebook, so I'm going to try and write down the deals that we find at the recycle shops, and then another little tripod that I might use for other things. So there's our upgraded camera kit. That plus two toys for the kids ran us about $8. All right, first stop, we made it to ABC Shop. From the looks of the outside, it's probably not going to be the greatest place to find a watch, but we're also looking for a digital piano for the church plant, so maybe we can find that. But let's see what they got. Lots of skis and snowboards. That's not bad. What else we got here? Okay, so this is actually a lot cooler than I thought it was going to be. The inside is surprisingly well stocked with electronics. And you know, this is actually typical for recycle shops. They're better than thrift stores in America because they actually pay you a little bit if you drop stuff off here. Oh, here's the piano. Okay, this is pretty cool actually. This might be my new favorite recycle shop.
I can't believe how much stuff there is inside given what it looked like outside. And oh, here's some watches. Okay, so these are Technos watches, mostly homages, all quartz here. Oh, this is cool. This is a little bit more vintage stuff here. I'm not supposed to be filming here, but hopefully no one will catch me.
All right, stop one, ABC shop. Okay, so they had some Technos watches, which I think I see them a lot in stores here in Japan. I don't know. I've seen them on the US Amazon too. I've never actually bought one, but it seems like they mostly have quartz homages. They were running around 12,000 yen. So that's what, around $100. They had like a Royal Oak homage. They had Submariner homage. My camera's falling off. All right, but other than that, a little bit more interesting. They had some a vintage Seiko. I'm not an expert on vintage Seiko, so I don't know what it was. It's a Seiko-matic. Looked like it was like a 26 jewel movement in there for about 20,000 yen. So that's like around $180. And then also kind of interesting, they had a Longines pocket watch. Looked, I think it says 16 jewel. I didn't get any more information on that, but first time I've seen anything like that. And that one was selling for about 30,000 yen, so around 270 bucks or something like that. So yeah, so a couple of interesting things there. I was surprised at what ABC shop had on the inside, given by what it looked like on the outside. Well, okay. I guess that works. Selfie stick. So not a recycle shop, but this is basically a Japanese hardware store. We're going to Homac. They have a selection of sort of like your drugstore kind of watches, which are primarily Casios and some Q&Qs I want to take a quick look at. Let's go check it out.
Okay, so not bad. These ones behind the case here, those are all running, you know, in the $40 to $60 range mostly. These ones down here are between $10 and $30. It's a Q&Q, which again I think is a Citizen brand. Kind of competes with Casio for prices. Pretty good selection actually. This looks kind of cool, all metal bracelet. What else we got here? There's one in particular I'm looking for. If I can find it here. I'm sure they must have it because it's really popular. Let's see. Kind of like this. This is another Q&Q. About 15 bucks or so for this one. Let's see what they got. Oh, I kind of like this. I've been looking for a square watch. Also around the $15 price range. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I think this is basically the most popular watch in Japan. Yeah, I'm going to pick this one up. I've been looking for this one for a while.
What happened? Yeah, so Homac's always kind of a fun place to stop by. I feel like their selection would be kind of similar to like a Walmart in the US. They have a lot of Casio watches. They have a lot of watches by Q&Q, which I don't really see Q&Q
very much in the US. I don't know if I've ever seen it in stores. I looked on the US Amazon and found it. But I think that's a brand owned by Citizen, and it kind of competes with Casio at around that price point, so kind of lower price stuff. I did pick up that little Casio watch, which I'll do a full review on later, but that's I think that's like the most popular watch in Japan. If you look on the Japanese Amazon website, that's the best seller in their watches category. I've seen a lot of people wearing it on the street. I have friends at church that wear that one, or the same one with they have a couple different dial versions. I've seen like shop clerks wearing it. People, the guys who run the trains and stuff, they wear them. So I think it's just kind of your basic, if you need a watch, it's dependable. It's quartz, no problems. Seems to be very light, easy to wear. So one that, a lot of people seem to pick up and like. But yeah, we'll get a review of that one, see if we can figure out where the popularity comes from and what there is to it. And to me, it's not that something that I was that excited about, but I mean, for the price, it's like it's hard to beat. It's around it's about 1,000 yen, so I think that's about $9 roughly. So hard to beat that. And that was in the stores, wasn't even online.
Daddy.
All right, time to stop for lunch. All right, so we're gonna make one last stop. We're gonna hit up a recycle shop called Off House, and this is the only one I've been to that looks like they sell. Oh, my camera's moving here. They actually sell luxury watches. Let's go see what they got. All right, so we made it to Off House. This is part of a chain of, I don't know, used stores that some of the names don't translate very nicely in English. So this one's actually divided between Off House and Hard Off. They also have a book chain called Book Off. Anyways, they have some cool stuff upstairs, so let's go check it out.
Okay, so they got a lot of stuff in this case. There's a huge Casio selection.
Do you want what?
A lot of fashion watches though. We got some diesel mixing.
Okay. Bigger watch? No, that's...
All right, here's our luxury stuff. You can tell these are all priced in the thousands of dollar range. Oh, look at that, a Speedy. A lot of Omegas here, surprisingly, and even one Bulgari, a couple of Breitlings. Pretty high-end stuff for what's basically a thrift store.
Okay, so Off House. Off House is, again, that's one of my favorite places to go to look at watches and anything. That's one of my favorite recycle shops around here. Actually, I stay more in the Hard Off section than the Off House section, but that's because I think that's more the electronics, and I don't know why they call it Hard Off. I think it's like a play on hardware, because again, everything's off. It's Off House, Hard Off, Book Off. But anyways, yeah, so I actually like Hard Off a lot. I go there quite often. That's one of my favorite recycle shops around here. Really high-end stuff. Actually, I found a Rolex Explorer 2 there one time. They had for a while. Today, no Rolexes, but quite a good selection of Omegas. Let's see, we found a Breitling Super Ocean in there for 567,000 yen. So I think that's around 5,000, maybe 5,500, somewhere in that area. So they're definitely not like cheap, but I think fairly decent prices. They had a Omega Speedmaster. I couldn't catch all the reference numbers and all that. That was all in Japanese, and I didn't have time to write it all down. But anyways, they had a Speedmaster for 216,000 yen, so roughly $2,000. There was an Omega Seamaster. It looked like it had a chronograph in it. I was trying to figure out. I had to be careful filming in there. They don't like you filming. You're not supposed to. So I was trying not to get caught. So sorry I didn't get very good footage of the inside. But yeah, it was a Seamaster. It looked like a chronograph for 270,000 yen. So that's what? That's like, you know, around 2,500 bucks. Most of those are with the boxes and things. They had a pretty cool looking vintage Hamilton for, I think it was only 30. Oh, I wrote it. Yeah, so vintage Hamilton was only 34,560 yen. So that's around 350 bucks for a vintage Hamilton. It's kind of a square dial one. Yeah, kind of cool looking one. They had a ball. I couldn't quite figure out which model it was, but it was yeah, it was a ball watch for 108,000 yen, so maybe around 900 bucks. So yeah, and then in addition to that, they have quite a few Seikos, a lot of fashion watches, but a lot of cool stuff there. Again, not like rock bottom prices, but not bad, and it's just kind of a fun place to go and check out and look around, see what kind of stuff they got. But yeah, so there's my attempt at doing a video with kind of the bare minimum stuff here. Again, still unpacking. We're still waiting to move into our home, and until then, I won't be able to fully unpack. So I'll try and keep some content coming in the meantime. Working out the best I can off my cell phone. Eventually, I might get my lighting stuff hooked back up if I can even find a place to sit down and record. But for now, hopefully this kind of thing is fun. I'm sorry about the quality. I know I usually try and put together something a little bit higher quality than this, but hopefully it will keep you guys interested, at least until until we can get back, get all moved in, settled in, and yeah, we'll keep the reviews and stuff coming. Thanks for watching. Again, as always, hit the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Really gives me the motivation to keep making videos if I know that people are liking them and enjoying them. So yeah, we'll talk to you guys later. Just not really working, is it?